Welcome to the Alcohol Reset, the podcast that helps you reset your habits, health, and relationship with alcohol without judgment or extremes. If you're looking to cut back, take a break, or just understand how drinking can affect your body and mind, you're in the right place. Each episode brings you science-backed insights on neuroscience, nutrition, and habit change to help you feel better, sleep deeper, and take control on your terms. I'm Mike Hardenbrook, best-selling author, neuroscience enthusiast, and habit change expert. I've helped thousands through my book and podcast to rethink their drinking, and now I'm here to help you do the same. Let's get started. Hey, let's talk about something I know can be really frustrating for a lot of us. You're trying to eat right, maybe getting some exercise in, but that stubborn belly fat, it just seems to stick around, and it often feels like it gets even harder after you hit your 30s, right? Well, today I want to explore something that might be a bigger factor than you realize: alcohol. We're going to take a closer look at how that drink might be contributing to your midsection, especially as we get a bit older. It's not just about empty calories, although that's part of it. We'll get into how your body actually changes after 30 and how alcohol sort of interacts with those changes. But hey, the goal here isn't necessarily about telling you to stop completely. It's about understanding what's going on so you can make smarter choices. Sound good? Okay, so first thing to understand is how your body handles alcohol. When alcohol comes into your system, your body basically drops everything else. It sees alcohol as a priority, something you need to process and get rid of, like immediately. Your liver, its main job suddenly becomes breaking down that alcohol, which means other important tasks like burning fat for energy get put on hold. So imagine you're having a drink with dinner. Those calories from your food are much more likely to be stored, often as fat, and frequently around the belly. And if you drink regularly, this pattern just gets reinforced. Your body gets used to pausing fat burning. Now, let's talk calories in the drinks themselves. Alcohol is surprisingly high in calories. Per gram, it's almost up there with fat. But here's the kicker. Unlike calories from, say, protein or healthy fats, alcohol calories don't really make you feel full. They offer very little satiety. Think about something like a margarita. That can easily be, 400 calories? Maybe more. Have a couple of those, plus maybe some snacks that often go along with drinks. Chips, wings, whatever it is. Suddenly you've racked up a pretty significant calories surplus. And often you don't even feel like you've consumed that much food-wise. Plus, let's be real, alcohol tends to lower inhibitions, right? So those less healthy food choices suddenly look way more appealing. But here's where it gets particularly relevant as we navigate our 30s and beyond. Our bodies naturally start to go through hormonal shifts. Things like estrogen and testosterone levels can begin to decline gradually. This happens for everyone, but can be more pronounced for women sometimes. This hormonal shift often contributes to a slight decrease in muscle mass. And less muscle can mean a naturally slower metabolism, just burns fewer calories at rest. Now, add alcohol back into this picture. Research shows alcohol consumption can actually bump up your cortisol levels. Cortisol, the stress hormone. And high cortisol has this unfortunate tendency to encourage fat storage, specifically in the abdominal area. So that term wine belly or beer belly, there's actually some hormonal science behind why that fat tends to settle right there. Another maybe sneakier way alcohol impacts belly fat is through sleep. And you might find a drink helps you fall asleep faster. It seems like a good thing initially, but the quality of that sleep, usually not so great. Alcohol tends to disrupt the later stages of sleep, especially REM sleep. That's the really deep restorative kind you need to feel properly rested. So what happens? You wake up feeling kind of groggy, maybe less refreshed, and poor sleep often leads to increased hunger the next day, especially cravings for sugary things or carbs for quick energy. Plus, feeling tired doesn't exactly boost your motivation to hit the gym or go for a run, does it? It can easily become this negative cycle. Drink, sleep poorly, crave junk, skip exercise, repeat. And there's yet another connection. Blood sugar. Drinking regularly can really mess with your body's ability to manage blood sugar effectively. Over time, it can lead to something called reduced insulin sensitivity or insulin resistance. Insulin's job is to help shuttle sugar from your blood into your cells for energy. When your body becomes resistant to insulin, it struggles to do this properly. This makes it easier to store fat, particularly around the midsection, and harder to burn it off. These blood sugar ups and downs can also trigger more cravings and leave you feeling low on energy. It all ties together. Okay, so knowing all this, what can you actually do if you enjoy having to drink sometimes, but also want to manage that waistline? Good news is it's probably not about total abstinence unless you want that. Making some smarter adjustments can really help. First, try slowing down your pace when you drink. Aiming for maybe one standard drink per hour gives your body a better chance to process the alcohol without getting totally overwhelmed. Also, think about building in some alcohol-free days each week, maybe 3 or 4. This gives your liver and your whole metabolic system a break, a chance to recover and catch up on fat burning. And when you do decide to drink, perhaps sitting a little bit beforehand, like sticking to 2 or 3 drinks max for the evening. This can help minimize those big spikes in hunger signals, stress hormones, and that bloated feeling. But look, tweaking your drinking habits is only one part of the equation. What you do the rest of the time is honestly just as important, maybe more so. Prioritizing sleep is huge. Really aiming for that 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. It helps reset everything, hormones, appetite signals, reduces cravings, it's foundational. And managing stress. Find healthy outlets. Maybe it's walking, maybe it's journaling, listening to music, laughing with friends, whatever works for you to lower that cortisol. And of course, diet. Focusing on real whole foods, lean protein, lots of fiber from vegetables and fruits, healthy fats. These support your metabolism and help you feel satisfied. Let's not forget muscle mass either. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. It burns more calories even when you're just sitting around compared to fat. So incorporating some strength training, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, can make a real difference to your baseline metabolism and fuel those muscles. Make sure you're getting enough protein throughout the day. Protein that also helps with satiety, feeling full, and just general movement. Stay active daily. Even light activity adds up and supports overall balance. One last interesting point, the nutrients. Alcohol consumption can actually deplete certain vitamins, and one key one is vitamin B1 or thiamine. B1 is really important. It helps convert the carbs you eat into energy, and it also plays a role in how your body breaks down alcohol itself. So if your B1 levels get low, which can happen with regular drinking, it might contribute to a sluggish metabolism and feeling fatigued. Making sure you get enough B1, either from foods like pork, fish, beans, or maybe a supplement if needed, to be another supportive strategy. So wrapping this up, if you've been scratching your head about that belly fat creeping in after 30, well, alcohol could definitely be playing a significant role. This combination effect, the calories, the way it halts fat burning to hormonal shifts to sleep disruption, the blood sugar impact, it all ends up. But please remember, the message isn't necessarily never drink again. It's about being informed, understanding how it affects your body, especially now. By making more mindful choices about your drinking habits, and crucially, by doubling down on those healthy lifestyle pillars, sleep, stress management, nutrition, movement, maybe strength training, you really can take back some control and make a positive difference. So maybe think about your own patterns. Is there one small adjustment you could try this week? Finding that balance where you can enjoy life, including maybe a drink now and then while still feeling energetic and good in your body, that's achievable. Definitely something worth considering. That's a wrap for today's episode. If you got something out of this, do me a quick favor, leave a rating and review on whatever podcast platform you're listening on. It helps keep the show going and would mean the world to me. Got ideas, comments, or questions? Shoot me an email at mike@trycloud9.com. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're looking for extra support, check out Cloud9, makers of Daily Restore, a once-a-day supplement to support your body from alcohol's effects, and Rise and Unwind AM/PM, a 24-hour combo to curb cravings, balance mood, and improve sleep when taking a break. Go to trycloud9.com and use the code PODCAST to save 15% on your next order. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next time.